Hey everybody, welcome back to Sport Bike Menace. Right now I'm running a little late. I gotta go to court because I got pulled over. I think it was in March for driving with no license, no insurance or registration. Some of that will, that have been subscribed to my channel know about it, or that follow me on Facebook or Instagram know about it. But if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because the topic of today is going to be, should you get a 1000 or should you start on a 1000, which is considered a leader bike. Now this is going to be the best that I can explain it, because I do have a 373cc bike, which is the 2021 KTM Duke 390, right? So I do know from my personal experience about, small cc bikes and a 1000. Now you should never feel pressured to get a 1000. You would get a 1000 if that's what you want to get a 1000, but you need to know your riding skill level. Okay, so the best way I can explain it is, if you're going to try to give the bike hell, a 1000 is not going to be the best bike to start off on. I barely got to touch the throttle for this bike to go 30 miles per hour. If you're the type of person that likes to pull on the throttle, the 1000 is not for you. You pull on that throttle, your front end is going to come up. I had the front end just come up just a little bit with just that little pull. And that's all it takes, is just doing those movements. Your front end is gonna come up. And if you're that type to panic, you're really gonna loop your bike, or you're gonna fly into something else. So on top of that, this bike is not a cruising bike. You don't go in the city 30 miles per hour and just cruise on it. For one, a 1000 is definitely not built for that. I can go 90, I don't know if you can see, I can go 90 miles per hour on one gear. Imagine someone who's starting off on a bike. You can get yourself really hurt because you're not inspecting the speed, the acceleration, which is the horsepower and the torque. Now me, I'm kind of a natural on bikes, because I was given so many advice before I got onto a bike. So I want to give a shout out to my friend who rides the R1. I don't want to put his name in it because I don't know if he'll be cool with it, but I got into bikes because of him. So I got as much information as I possibly could off of him, between leader bikes, between beginner bikes. He said you should start off on a 600, and if at any point you really wanted to upgrade, you can, but a 600 doesn't force you to upgrade. It's not, and we're talking about a super sport 600. We're not talking about a naked 600. We're talking about a super sport 600cc bike. It does not make you feel like you have to get a leader bike unless you're riding with leader bikes. If you're riding with a leader bike, a 600 is not going to keep up. A 600, because I had a 2011 Suzuki Gixxer 600. I got into a motorcycle accident, but I can give you my personal opinion on the 600. They only go 160. They only go 160. A 1000 from 2008, from my personal opinion, because I did max out this bike goes 186 miles per hour. They won't be able to keep up if I'm maxing it out for however many miles. They're gonna fall back further back, and I'm gonna eventually pass them to the point where they can't come back. Now again, that's if you want to get into the leader bike. No one's saying you have to get into the leader bike. You can get a 300, but ride with people who have 300s. You get like, okay, there's a Honda Grom. Honda Groms are not fast at all. My KTM is actually faster than the Honda Gram. But because my bike is so slow, I could ride with the Honda Gram. I just won't be able to ride with the Honda Grams on the highway because the Honda Grams can't be on the highway. They're too slow on the highway. So it's called ride with your group. Meaning, if I have a 400, I should be riding with the 400 class or the 300 class. Don't go with a 300 or a 400 thinking that you're gonna ride with the leader bikes. It's called leader bike for a reason. They're going to lead the pack, but they're also going to disappear from the pack. A 750 can keep up, but there's still a point where the 750 can't keep up because the top speed. Let's say the top speed for a 750 is 170. I still go 16 miles faster than them. So it's still the same. It's still we're still going to leave a 750 behind. It's just they can keep up or they can eventually catch up. But to be honest, right, it's like right now we're cruising. I'm in second gear, 5,000 RPMs, and that's not bad at all. I mean, a lot of people are going to tell me, oh, you should shift, right? I shift. Now my bike is like very quiet, and I'm at 4,000. So there's not much of a difference between 5 to 4. So anyways, on back roads, a 1,000 is overkill. Because look, I'm stuck in traffic. The bike, a 1,000 is meant to be racing or to be on a racetrack. That's like having a Kawasaki H2 with a supercharger and all you're doing is going 30 miles per hour. Why do you got that bike? Why did you spend over 30,000 on a bike and you're paying so much insurance just to go 30 miles per hour? It makes no sense. If you're afraid of a 1,000, then you shouldn't get a 1,000. I wasn't afraid to get my 1,000. I was excited to get my 1,000. And when I got my 1,000, guess what I did? I took my time with it the first day. I mean, it only takes for me personally, and I'm not saying this for other people to compete, but for me, it only took one day to understand the 1,000. My 600, when I first got my 600, it was about 4 years from when I got my safety course. I got the safety course, I got my license. 4 years later, I got my 600. I started off on a 600, even though I did the safety course on probably a little rink-a-dink bike. But I only rode that bike twice in the safety course. And then 4 years later, I got me a 600. And to be honest, on the 600, I stalled the hell out of that bike. But the power, again, is called respect the bike. Do not think you're gonna go look at my throttle hand. Don't think you're gonna go like this. You're gonna get yourself hurt. You're gonna get yourself hurt pulling on that throttle really hard. And especially again, if you don't know how the brakes work, right? So these brakes for a sports bike, if they're not upgraded brakes, they don't stop really quick. They take a while for them to stop. I had an incident not too long ago. It was probably when I did my other video. I think it was I think it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Matter of fact, it was Saturday. My friends, they were going fast on the highway. I didn't know a turn was coming up, and I was a little bit further back. So when I went to catch up, I gave it full throttle. Then come to find out that the exit was coming up. When my boy got on the exit, the other boy got on the exit, and I was gonna hit my boy because he was going too slow going into the exit, and he didn't notice me, and I was gonna rear end him. So I had to get on the emergency lane, slam on my brakes, and he saw me basically cut in front of him, and I told him, I was like, sorry bro, I didn't even know we was gonna turn. He was like, it's all good. He was like, I saw you was about to hit me and you had to do it. So you got to know how to react to your bike, how to react to the scenario. If you can't react quick enough or good enough, then a 1,000 is not good enough. Here, look, watch. I'm going 40 miles per hour. I'm gonna do a power wheel with you. That's at 40 miles per hour. I can just bring up the front end. Imagine if you're brand new to motorcycles and you don't know how to stop the bike. You don't know how to use the front brake. You don't know how to use the back brake. You don't know how to use the clutch. Anyways, guys, I'm about to be here. I can't speak. I'm about to be here at the courthouse, and I don't want to record going into the courthouse. So I'll catch you guys as soon as I come back. Alright guys, we're back. That didn't even take not even 5 minutes, because the officer that was supposed to be scheduled that pulled me over, he wasn't in. He had a training exercise, and then the person that was filling in for him didn't know about the deal that me and the other guy made, so he didn't want to work on it on his behalf without him being there. So we had to reschedule. Luckily I don't live that far from the courthouse, because if I lived far I would be pissed, because that's something that they should have called me up and before I would have showed up. But anyway, so we're talking about the 1000s. If you feel comfortable on a 300, 200, 500, 600 and you don't feel like there is no need to upgrade, then don't upgrade. If you say, okay, I'm on a 200 and it's too slow, I want speed, then you're gonna want to upgrade, right? My 300 is for cruising in the back roads. It's not a highway bike. Not at all. So if you're in the city and in the back roads, 55 miles per hour, that's where it's comfortable at. On the highway, it's not comfortable. My bike is comfortable on the highway, not comfortable in the city, not comfortable, or in the back roads is comfortable because you get to play with it, like lean. But if you're following traffic, like an example right now, I'm following traffic, it's not comfortable, right? A sports bike, a super sport, is meant for you to be tucked in at the max where the bike wants you at, right? Every bike is built we're going to call it purpose built. You got bikes that are not built to do these crappy little boring back roads like this. But you got bikes that are built for the highway, and you got, every bike is built different is the point. I don't want to make the video too long. If you're riding a 300 and you go to a big meeting, a group ride, or an event, right? There's gonna be multiple bikes there. They're not gonna all be, 600s and above. That's if it's an event. Now, if it's a riding group, like I went to a riding group when I made that video on Saturday. You don't know what kind of bikes are gonna show up at a riding group. The second riding group that we went to, they had a KTM Duke, a little small bike, but the people that he was running with made sure that he wasn't going to be behind. So it depends on your friends that ride. If you have friends that are going to stay with you and then you're going to let you, get lost, then you're fine. But if you got friends who don't want to wait for you because you're too slow, then you shouldn't be riding with your friend that are planning to go really fast. My friend tells me, I'm like, if I'm taking the KTM Duke, he says, we're gonna leave you behind. I was like, then fine, then I'm not going. And it's not that he's being an asshole. That I can't tell him not to take his 1000 out because I'm planning to take my 300 out. It's the same thing. Just because I plan to take my 300 out doesn't mean like, you can't take your 1000 because I'm taking my KTM. No. I just have to do my own thing. I have to find friends who have little baby bikes. Right? Or you ride solo. And I want you guys to check out it is Mike Check Moto. I want you to check his video out. And he discusses it because his biggest bike that he got right now is the CBR 500. And it's not like I don't want to say it's a beginner bike or not a beginner bike, because again, you know, a 300 can be a bike that is probably not considered a beginner bike depending on who's riding it. If you pull on that throttle, it's gonna be a problem. So anyways, the point is, go check his video out, Mike Check Moto, and he goes into more details. Yes, when you're riding in the group pushes your skill level higher, but you can also get hurt because you're pushing your skill level when you're not ready. You should be riding solo by yourself and pushing yourself harder and harder every time, to the point where you say, this is enough. I don't need to go any faster or any harder. If you feel that way and you're riding with a group of friends, and again, they're riding faster than you, that's when you know, hey, I should ride solo or ride with a different group. This group is too advanced for me. There's no point of getting yourself hurt or killing yourself because other people are going faster than you. If that's not what you feel comfortable with, don't do it. I don't push no one to be on my level. I've warned my newbie friends who ride motorcycles, we are too fast. If you can't keep up, don't bother going with us. And there's like no disrespect. You know, sometimes I go riding with them and we go, you know, like slow. But going slow, you know, I'm gonna be real, it's kind of boring. You know, I got a 1000 to go fast. Now, I got my KTM. Another reason is because of my friends that are newbie riders, I can just take my KTM and I'll be able to keep up with them. Because they're not a fast people, they're not going fast. I got friends who say, I'm not going anything higher than 80 miles per hour. And you know, I gotta respect that. I got friends who say, I don't want no one doing wheelies around me. If you want to do a wheelie around me, I'm not riding with you ever again. And again, I gotta respect that. Everyone has their riding style and what they like and what they don't like. Now me, I don't make fun of beginner bikes. I don't make fun of 300s, no nothing. I'll be like, look, they're beautiful bikes. But is it for me? No. I got a 400, well, it was a 390, a 373. And I got mine for a reason, so I can do stunts on it. If I find out I can't do stunts on my little 373, eventually I'll sell it. And I'm gonna sell it for another 1000 because I feel at home or comfortable with a 1000. It's just it's a me thing. It's not that I feel like, oh, I'm top dog. I'm 5'3" and I weigh 120 pounds. But I feel so accustomed to the speed that it's just we're meant to be. I know, you know, I don't get scared. You know, it becomes, you just gotta just go with the flow. And as the flow goes, you maneuver the bike how it's supposed to go. Like, you know, it just becomes natural. I don't have to force anything. But yeah, I don't gotta force nothing. If you gotta force it, then you shouldn't get a 1000. It's just my simple. I mean, it's just that simple. But yeah, if you got a 300 and people are pressuring you to get a 1000, like, no, I'm good. I don't need a 1000. And if I can't keep up with you, then I just won't ride with you. You know, it is not about being an asshole or you being a D about it. It's just that's the fact. It's like, yo, I just don't want to ride with you. Like, I like you, we're cool people, so I just don't want to ride with you because I got a small bike, you got a big bike. I can't keep up. Or it's the opposite. I'm like, I got a 1000, I can't ride with you. You got a small bike. It's nothing personal. Because I have friends, my one friend who got the Yamaha. He said, I don't ride with nothing but Yamahas. If you got a Suzuki, I ain't riding with you. And again, it's him busting my balls, but it ain't nothing personal. You know, it's just him being honest. If that's how he feels, that he don't want to ride with Suzuki, it has nothing to do with me. He don't hate me. He just don't like Suzukis. So at the end of the day, it becomes, it is what it is. Ride with your group, ride with your CC, ride with the people that you want to ride with. That's the way I can explain it. Don't feel obligated to get a bigger bike. And I got a Duke 390, and I get people to tell me my bike looks beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful bike. And they're riding bigger bikes. They're riding leader bikes, but they're still saying my bike looks good. They're still giving me the you know, the peace sign on the bottom and all that. So I'm still getting love, even though I'm riding a 373. I haven't been to like a big meetup where people are telling me, oh, that's a small CC. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, one thing that Mike Check Moto, he said, and it's kind of, you know, I don't want to call it was funny, but the small CC bikes have smaller tires, right, front and rear. But it's something that you guys got to watch. For GP racing, they have it where the front tire is so skinny and the back tire is skinnier than stock. The reason why we got fatter tires is because we're riding on the roads and they're trying to keep it safe. But look at GP racing and look how skinny the tire is. It's skinnier than the tires we have right now on our 1000. So before we go making fun of something, let's do our research and research things. I don't make fun of people. There's people that got 600 and they ride their 600 like if it was a little 300. So it is what it is. If that's how they feel, that's how they feel. If I tell you I ain't gonna ride with you, don't take it personal. It's just that I'm an advanced rider and I prefer riding with people that are advanced. That just means you either work up to my level or you stay at the level that you're at. But don't feel obligated to be on that level so you can go ride with me. I mean, I can always, you know, go on their level and ride with them, but it's better for me to go on their level to ride with them than them trying to go to my level and get themselves killed. But what I'm saying is, if I tell you today I don't want to ride with you because I want to ride hard, don't take it personal. If I say tomorrow I'll ride with you, that's because I feel like you deserve that chance to ride with me. But I don't want to make you feel obligated to go fast, because that's not how it should be. But anyways, guys, I made this video long enough. If you guys have any questions, I had the 21 KTM Duke 390. I have videos on that bike. You guys can see how many times I got to shift within, you know, the back roads. I got to be in 4th gear by the time I get to 40 miles per hour. This I can be in 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And I don't even have to to be honest, I don't even got to shift. I can be in 1st and going 40 miles per hour. But yeah, oh man, she got a nice butt. But anyways, guys, don't feel pressure for anything. You are your own person. If we would let everyone peer pressure us, we would be all screwed. I didn't feel peer pressure to get the 1000. I felt like I needed more speed. And a lot of the times when I was modded my 600, it was a waste of money. I didn't have to spend all that money on the 600 because the 600 is not going to benefit from going faster on accelerations or horsepower, because you're not going to beat a 1000. The only way you can beat a 1000 is if you're going to a drag race and the 1000 is stuck doing a burnout or a wheelie, and the 1000 doesn't have that much power to really, you know, cause so much problems, so they can win a race. But anyways, subscribe to the channel, put a like, put a comment, any questions, and again, please subscribe to Mike Check Moto. And I'm sorry, Mike, I was supposed to put that in the very beginning of the video. I was just running late to the courthouse. Like, I literally made it there with 3 minutes to spare. So yeah, put a like, put a comment, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of videos coming up with the KTM. We got a lot of videos coming up with the Suzuki. This is not going to be dead. This YouTube is going to be a lot of videos. So please subscribe and don't do what I just did. Well, anyways, I'm glad I did stall it because he cut through my lane anyways. Subscribe, put a comment, put a like, hit the bell, and you guys are going to enjoy the videos because I'm telling you, the dyno tuning is coming up the 27th of May. This time it's going to get done. If he gives me an excuse, I'm done. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Be safe, be positive. 1.